Hey everybody, it's Tracy with Weaver Design Company, and today somebody sent me this video to look at. It's from Sanborn Construction Group. Looks like they're out of Michigan, and they're doing a walkthrough for the first time in this house, and let's see what's going on. And I have watched this video previously, so I wanted to show it to you guys.
Yeah,
There's something coming out of that hole.
maybe dead rat.
This had to be fire.
It was a fire, yeah.
We're still up like 80 grand.
That's a win-win.
So we're out at this house today, checking it out for an investor. One of our clients might buy it. The spread on it's pretty good. If the client doesn't want it, Frank and I actually love this city, so we may end up buying it. So let's go inside and see what we can do. Already we can tell they've got a bunch of violations, a bunch of notices, a bunch
Kind of makes you wonder what they're for.
of problems. So that's a good reason we're probably getting this house at a discount.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell coming in already, there should not be a gap there.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Probably some foundation issues there, structural going on.
So something's definitely going on there. If you look over here, the trim's pulling away from the wall, so not good. Everything in here is old and gross already. I mean, this is smoke. There may have been a fire here, Frank said, actually.
The door's cool.
But this is smoke, grease, a bunch
The
of
original
nasty
door
stuff.
probably.
But it's good for us because it's all stuff that deters buyers from buying it.
The rooms are a good size. The clap.
So I really love what they've done here. They've added an as-built floor plan for you to look at while they're walking through it. I think that's really smart. So you know what it looks like, and you get an idea of how big the house actually is, since they can just go room by room. Also pay attention to the ceiling height. It looks to me like a 7-foot ceiling. These doorways are going to be 80 inches, so that's going to put, by the time you add this trim and that little piece of wall, about 7 foot. So the ceilings are pretty low.
Closets are a good size. The kitchen's not bad, but wait till you walk through the kitchen.
Through here.
Yeah, keep going. Wait till you see this. This is,
Man.
this is
Obvious
massive.
fire.
This had to be fire.
It was a fire, yeah. Because
But if you'll notice, this room over here looks fine. You'll see that in a second when he walks through. So this door actually did its job.
be a bubble.
Oh, yeah. Charring from fire. Leaked and
Okay, so I didn't see a year for this house, but I would place this house probably in the 50s if I had to guess. These little scalloped valances are very popular back then. It looks like nothing has been touched in this house, like it's been completely original. You see the sink here, this ring around the sink is called a Hudee ring, H-U-D-E-E, and those were available in the 50s, so that's kind of my guess, and the style of the cabinet doors also.
rotted all through. All of this would just be demoed.
Yeah.
I mean, the fire doesn't look like it got past that.
Yeah, so that's looking back into the kitchen. So yeah, this door contained the fire, which is really good. It could have been really bad. It could have burned the whole house down.
No, it looks like it was a snow fire, maybe. As you can see right here. And maybe, and it just,
Yeah, because up in the attic, there's no.
right.
It's not black at all.
Stopped it.
Yeah, because I mean, it didn't even go through the paint.
No. You don't need a living room this big, so you could have another bedroom over here. This could be a 3-bedroom.
So that's a huge value add. When you can take a 2-bedroom house and you can turn it into a 3-bedroom.
Yep.
What do you think we'd spend? Maybe 10 grand?
If-
Not even.
No.
You probably spend 4 grand turning it into another bedroom, and all of a sudden your value jumps drastically.
Yeah.
However, that's the garage entrance.
Yeah, so they're trying to figure out, okay, can we put a bedroom here? So for code, a bedroom has to be a minimum of 70 square feet. You have to have a minimum 7-foot ceiling, which this actually, you'll find out later, is an addition, so you don't have to worry about that. It actually slopes here like a shed roof. And you have to have the entrance into a hallway or common area. It can't be from another bedroom. And you have to have an egress window. And despite what you might have heard, no, closets do not equal code. Code is about getting out when there's a fire and getting out safely. So closets have nothing to do with code.
Entrance.
Uh-huh.
So we'd have to figure out the dynamics of this, or is this one? It's kind of nice. Look at the backyard. It's a big backyard.
Oh, you're going all the way to the back of that fence?
Yeah.
That is a good yard, especially here.
It's a massive yard.
Well, you'd have to reconfigure this whole house.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
goofy.
Because you don't want to, I mean, you'd have to close this off here.
It's a huge garage. What sucks is that's the garage entrance, because this would be a
That's
perfect
what I'm
bedroom.
saying. How do you reconfigure the garage?
I mean, you'd have to have a hallway here from the garage.
Yeah.
You know, so is that room big enough? Is that?
Yeah, so that would make for a really tiny room. a tiny bedroom. It probably wouldn't be big enough for what they want to do. So they're gonna figure out a different layout here in a minute.
Is that a big
It's a
enough
pretty
room?
small room then, because you've
Yeah.
got this bump out here.
Right.
So this is the addition that they're talking about, and you can kind of tell because this floor joist here looks fairly newer lumber compared to the rest of the framing of the house.
Hey Frank, what do you make of this? But that's not crawl.
This was an
You
addition.
really had a lot of faith there.
This is an addition, and this was a patio.
Ooh. You
Yeah.
smell that?
So my guess is this wall here was an exterior wall, and there was probably a exterior door there. And if he's standing on concrete, yeah, that would make perfect sense. That was a patio or something.
Oh yeah.
There's something coming out of that hole.
That's
Have you done
pretty
that?
gross.
That's tough.
But-
I'm thinking though, could we make this the bedroom? Then you just gotta find a way to get through the house. Why
That's
not?
the bathroom. There's no way around.
There is a way to configure this to make it a 3-bedroom.
It's always a way.
The easiest option is move the kitchen.
Moving the kitchen gets you what?
Well, then you'd have this space.
You still gotta come through, so move the kitchen to the front.
Uh-huh. Then you just gotta figure out the garage layout or the entry for the garage.
I mean, there's something happening here. You know what I mean? Whether it's a hallway and these become rooms.
This is where we need that CAD.
So he just said the magic word, you guys, CAD. That's literally what I do for a living. And I go and measure spaces. I do an as-built like this, but way more detailed. I use Chief Architect to do that. And then I come up with remodel plans and a remodel options. Sometimes there's a lot of different options you can do. And for them, it would be super beneficial in their area just to find somebody local, a designer, draftsperson, to maybe walk with them and get an idea of what they could possibly do. We tend to think differently when we're walking through houses too. So, but yeah, that would definitely benefit what they're doing here. Not only that, but after you have a finished remodel plan, you can take that plan around and get bids from that. So whether it's flooring, countertops, cabinets, what have you, you can use that as a tool, and it will save you time.
Yeah.
And just throw the thing in a CAD, AutoCAD, like an
Mhm.
architect would use, and then play with the floor plan that way. Because if we put it in the system, we can move the floors, move the walls, put in hallways, whatever it is. We can like 3D design the space.
Yeah, and if you're just going to demo all of it, it's just this here just becomes a big blank canvas, and then you can reconfigure that on your computer and save yourself some time.
Before we do anything,
It's a nice-
which is what a project like this needs.
How much room is up there?
Oh God, a ton.
A lot of attic space.
Right off the garage, like a normal house. Make that dining with this.
So here they're showing you the as-built. So this is what it is now with the room labels and how it's configured. So you can see it's a little weird with this bedroom here, how you have a door there and a door there. It's just kind of different. So
Slider, and then knock out everything that's in here and just make that all living room on the front of that.
yeah, so this here is a very good floor plan. In my opinion, I would get rid of that door. Obviously, they'll probably do that, and then move this door to the hallway so that you have this wall space for TV, sofa, whatever. It'd be nice if they could move the laundry, but if you have all those utilities there already, it's probably better to just keep it there.
The house, street side, and then put a master suite up here with an ensuite and
I think it's got potential. I think it's got potential.
Yeah.
I
one
like
car
it.
garage.
I like how deep it is, though.
Yeah, 1.5. I think your best bet's just to knock it all out.
Yeah,
and redo
just
it
start
all.
over.
The challenge is, this is your entry, so no matter what, people don't use their front doors.
Mhm.
People come in here. So if you try to make this a bedroom, you can't delete that because it's your main entry point. Those other 2 walls are bedrooms, so you can't put it in those bedrooms, then you'd run into the same issue. If you put a hallway here, because we can't lose that corner.
Yeah, that's way too small. I don't think that would work very well either.
Or because it's a bathroom, all of a sudden your room is this big, which is a small bedroom. So I think the best thing to do is just knock all the walls out, reconfigure the whole house, a nice big corner kitchen here. You could put a big island bar top, put a dining room here, But I think that's the best bet. Knock this out, or as much of it out as you can. Even if you could just put an LVL up top.
Yeah.
So the numbers on this one. If it's listed for 150, we put another 100 into it. The comps are 325. We've got a $75,000 spread there. Even if we're off by a little bit, even if fees and construction runs a little higher, we have a $60,000 spread there. That's still a good day. We brought this to one of our clients. We found the deal. We sent it to them. They liked it. If they can afford it, they'll do it. If they can't, we'll do it. If you want to be one of our clients that we send these priority lists to, scan the QR code on the
That's
screen,
smart.
and you can invest directly with us.
So what he's talking about there is that if his client is a flip client, we'll probably be paying them to do the work. So maybe they're not licensed or what have you for construction, so it's going to cost them more to demo all of this than it would be if these guys here who are already in construction can buy the house and do the work themselves.
So I wish we could show you guys the exterior of this one. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to do that, so everything's gonna be inside. These windows all gotta go. I mean, this thing's taped in here, old wood window. This thing's leaked all over. You can.
And that's the one thing with houses like this, that's just what you can see. You know, what's behind that. Is there mold? Are there termites? Is it rotted? Are you gonna have to redo framing? Those are the things you have to think about when you're finding properties like this, is the unseen.
You can see it's starting to peel the wallpaper and stuff. Now, I just ripped the tape off this. This is definitely signs of smoking, because this is the true paint color, and this is the paint color with nicotine, smoke, all that stuff on here. So if it's doing that to your walls, imagine what it's doing to your lungs. So an interesting thing they did here is the water heater is on the old floor, the furnace is on the old floor, but the laundry they picked up with this new floor. So when they put this addition on, I'm guessing they skimped on cost, because the only reason you would leave those there is because you don't want to pay to disconnect them, raise the floor, then reconnect them.
It's a
which
little
tells me
weird.
That's probably why they're running into a lot of problems they are with this house, is they skimped on cost on a lot of things. So when you're doing major
Yeah.
projects like this, you hear us throwing around $100,000. That's a big number, but that's what it takes to do things the right way.
And you'll go through that pretty quickly, quicker than you think you would.
Otherwise, you end up with weird like this that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. When people talk about, I want to get into flipping and this and that, and they think 10 or 15 grand's going to do it, it's a much bigger game than that, and you got to
Yeah.
be prepared to spend that money. You can see here, they just didn't.
Yeah, whatever you think it's gonna cost, add like 10, 20,000 more to that.
Let's look at the bathroom. I mean, this is weird because this is like unfinished.
Yeah, this is super weird. It's like, what is this gap? It almost like looks like they took out a tub maybe and then put in a shower, or maybe, I don't know what that is, honestly. It's like a hole in the wall or something, and then they just kind of left the bathroom as it is. Like they tried to remodel it and just didn't do it.
Drywall. So like
Didn't
somebody
finish it.
put this here, and it definitely does not belong here. I think you just have to knock out every wall.
Yeah.
Just knock them
Just
down.
reconfigure, yeah, just start over, reconfigure the whole floor plan. Problem is, you're gonna have to do siding and everything else here too.
Yeah, so when you get into replacing windows, doors, things like that, since it's an older home, things aren't gonna fit perfectly. I mean, you can probably get windows to fit pretty close, but you're still gonna be touching the outside and the siding of the home.
But we have the spread.
100 grand, ain't big deal.
So I'm saying, even if we put 100 instead of
If it's at
75.
120, 100 grand into it, 220, and it sells at 320, that's sitting there.
Right, that's why it's sitting here, that's why the price has dropped, that's why the city's been tagging it with notices.
It's like
If
nobody
you need help
wants
on your
it.
project, scan the QR code on screen, request an estimate. So the other thing with a space like this, when you see holes cut in the floor, like what's here and what's at the other corner that we looked at,
So what he's going to tell you there is to not be afraid. A lot of homeowners, when they're looking for properties, they see things like that and they kind of freak out, but they can always be repaired. Especially with an old wood floor like this, you can actually buy tongue and groove unfinished wood floor and lace it in and sand and refinish the rest of the floor, so it all looks the same. Especially if you are taking walls out, you have to do that anyway. So, but it always looks pretty good in the end, as long as you have somebody who knows what they're doing.
this scares people off, because people who don't know what this is, More than likely, they just cut a hole so people could look at the crawl space and see why the floors are doing this. Not a huge deal, you just jack them up, re-support them. But this is gonna scare buyers away, because they're like, why is there a hole in the floor? The floors are like this, clearly there's major foundational issues here. It's not really the case, but if you don't know what you're looking at, it can be very scary.
But easy to
So
fix.
stuff like this is great for us, because we know what it is, we know what we're looking at, we know it's not that big of a deal. So it's gonna scare a lot of other people away, it's not gonna scare us away. We could fix all these hardwoods, at least everywhere there is hardwood, and we could refinish the hardwood and have, 60-year-old natural hardwoods and
Which is a really good idea, because if you were to try to do that brand new today, it would be so expensive to do that. So if you have the opportunity to refinish an older floor, I would absolutely do it.
the house. That's a good selling feature.
I mean, what are you buying?
So you're buying a shell. You're
Yeah.
buying the dirt in the shell.
There's no way you can come in here as an average flipper, paint it, put a new kitchen in, call it a day.
Yeah, it's so beyond that.
Too much attention already.
Well, it's already been tagged by the city 3 times. There's a violation, a notice, and something else.
Right.
But then you're stripping all this drywall because of the fire. I mean, this is a total gut. The roof and floors are doing this. I mean,
Yeah, this isn't a project that you can just slap some paint on and walk away and it looks good. It's just putting a Band-Aid on it. There's a lot of issues here, but it's not like they can't be fixed. So that's kind of where they're coming from, is they're saying that they could handle that, whereas somebody who just wants to flip it, they would be in over their head and it would cost them probably way too much money.
Okay.
Hercules.
You can come up there, it's just
And paint it and move on. Yeah.
your first flip, because you don't go bankrupt.
Right, yeah. That's a good point. It's a quick way to lose $100,000 too if you don't know what you're doing. So let's
Yeah.
say you buy it and you just try to remodel it and not really, rebuild it. Nobody's gonna buy this thing when you're done. So now you're sitting on a $200,000 plus headache that nobody's
Right.
gonna buy because the floors are still like this, the ceiling's still like this. If you don't fix those more major issues, cosmetic flip is not gonna do it here.
Yeah,
That was a look
it's
at another
close.
estimate Frank and I are doing for a client. If the client doesn't want it, maybe we'll buy it. If you wanna see another video like this, click right here. You smell that?
So I thought this was a really cool video to watch, and I'm looking forward to watching more of their videos. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this house. I think it would make a really cute remodel. So anyway, if you have any other suggestions for me that you want me to comment on, please feel free to send those to me. Give these guys a follow, Sanborn Construction Group out of Michigan, and I'm going to check out some more of their videos. So that's all I have for you. Thanks.